What is now? Now the lay people sit in the back. I mean, these Singaporeans, they need a bottle of water, huh? They can't live, for an hour without water. Huh?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
My allergy.
We can't, the human body can survive for 4 days without water. But you cannot survive for just 1 hour. Yeah? Yeah? It's also the kilesas, yeah? I think we need to drink something. Or do you want to give a talk? Then I understand why you need to drink. But it's very specific, to the people in Malaysia and Singapore. Yeah? They're constantly around with water bottles. Huh? Life is so hard. Huh? Without water we can't survive. Yeah? So what are you doing with your life? Huh? Have you ever considered thinking about, what is the purpose of our life? Eating, sleeping, drinking, watching TV, playing with our smartphones. Yeah? I don't know if you're born again, as human beings, if there are smartphones and TVs, yeah? Maybe it's a completely different society, yeah? Now our society is a society of entertainment. Yeah? We all want to be entertained. Yeah? We want to kill the time because we can't wait to die and be born again. Nàyเข้าใจบ้างไหมไม่เตรียมจิตเข้าใจบ้างไหมฮะนิดหน่อยฮะ ต้องฝึกให้ภาษาอังกฤษเก่งนะหลายๆคนนี่ที่เข้าใจบ้างไหมภาษาอังกฤษนิดหน่อยเหมือนกัน มีคนเก่งนะคนเก่งนะที่แปลให้ออกได้ Can you do simultaneous translation? Yeah, I thought so. She was working at the UN. Yeah. So we what is it? Engage you as a simultaneous translator for the Thai people here. But it won't be easy because it's not the same kind of words that we use. Yeah. Did you ask yourself, what is the purpose of your life? Yeah. We are stuck here, according to the Lord Buddha, we are stuck here in this hamster wheel, And you all love this hamster wheel, running, not going anywhere, Seems so, And they think it is a lot of fun, Why do we think it's a lot of fun? Because we don't want to see, we don't want to open our eyes, we don't want to see the dukkha that we constantly have, yeah? Not just sitting here, we already have dukkha, yeah? This hurts, that hurts, yeah? We are tired, our back hurts, yeah? And so on, yeah? When we get up in the morning, there's dukkha, because we don't want to get up, actually, yeah? When we are hungry, it's dukkha, yeah? When we are thirsty, it's dukkha. When we are tired, it's dukkha. Yeah? And all this, the only thing that we know is to avoid dukkha, yeah? To get rid of dukkha, but not finding the cause, not finding the tool to remove dukkha. Yeah? And dukkha is the first noble truth. If we don't see it, or if we don't want to see it, and that is our habit as human beings, and everybody, when we just remembers part of his life, yeah, whenever we saw something that we didn't like to see, we looked somewhere else. Yeah? Our habit. Yeah? We didn't like to see this person, we didn't look at it. We didn't like to see the heap of shit, we looked the other way. Yeah? And that is actually, our meditation practice, yeah? Looking the other way. When a thought comes in, we look back to the Buddha or to the breath. Yeah? So we don't do anything new. Yeah? But if we don't understand the first noble truth, we will have no chance, to get out of the hamster wheel or to get out of the samsara vata. Yeah? The cycle of birth and death. Yeah? Because we are born and die and born and die. And can you imagine how many millions of lives or billions of lives you have lived already? Yeah? One time you have been a farmer, very often you have been a soldier killing other people. Yeah? We all. Yeah? Think about, look at this world, how many soldiers are there? Yeah? And look at the history of this world. Yeah? War, 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 war. Yeah? War for what? Yeah? Because out of greed. Yeah? Look now, war for greed. We want this, we want that, we believe this is ours, yeah, or we can't, we can't let go of it, yeah. Before it was for territory, yeah, and for riches, yeah. So, we have been all soldiers, yeah. We have been farmers, yeah. We have been clerks, yeah. Maybe we have been in the upper level of the government, yeah, or at the king, yeah, the advisors of the king, yeah. We have been all sorts of things, yeah. But we are not satisfied. We want another life, yeah. Each life we want to make it better, yeah. And actually, we forget about it, making it better, and we just live it, yeah. And then have nothing better to do than killing the time, yeah. With our smartphones, and with our conversations that don't really lead to anything. Huh? Look at our conversations that we have with the others. What is the purpose? Yeah? What is the purpose of having a conversation with somebody else? Yeah? If it's not about information exchange. Yeah? And sleeping, yeah? Eating, yeah? Not really understanding the first noble truth. Please, yeah? I put it into your heart. Yeah? Please understand the first noble truth. See it at every moment, yeah? See it, when you're sitting, and listening to the talk, see the dukkha of the body, yeah? It's not comfortable, yeah? But the body doesn't feel this. It's not comfortable. The body is just the body, yeah? The driver is not comfortable. The chitta is not comfortable. Yeah? Do you think a car, who breaks down, who doesn't work 100%, who goes up in tears? No, the driver who can't use the car. Huh? He's the one. Yeah? And the driver is the chitta. Yeah? Remember this one. Yeah? We are not the body, we are the driver of the body. Yeah? When we want to move the body moves. Huh? When we don't want to move the body doesn't move. Huh? The body doesn't know pain, the body doesn't know anything. Yeah? It's a chitta that gets the information, through the senses and through the nervous system, to get the senses what is wrong with the body or what is not well, yeah. When we are sick, it's yeah. When the body is sick, but the body doesn't mind to be sick. The body doesn't even mind, to die. He can't care less because the body is nothing. It's a thing, yeah. It's a thing, it's a toolbox that we use, to do certain things, yeah. Create things, yeah, or play around or whatever. Yeah? But we have to maintain this body, and that takes most of our time actually, maintaining this body. Yeah? We have to work in order to have a house or to have, an apartment. Yeah? We have to work in order to have clothes. We have to work in order, to to have food. Yeah. And we have to work in order because the body doesn't stay healthy all the time to have medicine. Yeah. And only a little time of our daily life do we have time to relax or do the things that we would like to do with this body. Yeah? So it's not really, when you look at it this way, and that's what I suggest, you do sometimes. Yeah? What kind of pleasure does the body bring you? Yeah? When you think, the pleasure is eating, yeah? I mean, what happens, when you're full? Then the pleasure stops, huh? When we are full, we don't like to eat, even if it's the most delicious food, yeah? We will throw up, when we continue eating, yeah? We've done that before. Huh? So, where's the pleasure, in sleeping? We can't sleep 24 hours, yeah? It's impossible for us, yeah? So it's only, to get rid of the dukkha of the body, that's why we eat, that's why we drink, and that's why we sleep, yeah? In order to get rid of the dukkha, yeah? But the dukkha comes again, yeah? Because the body is a living thing. And we need to constantly maintain it, just like we need to maintain our car, yeah? Sooner or later we have to drive it to the service station and get a service, yeah? We constantly have to drive it to the gas station, to fill it up, yeah? Or change the oil, or do this, or do that, yeah? Or wash it, and so on, yeah? And so the body is nothing different, yeah? And if we understand that the body is just a tool, yeah, that we have to look after, of course we have to look after. But when you're here in the monastery, I mean, you know how little time it takes to look after the body, yeah? I mean, in the afternoon we wash it, it takes half an hour, yeah? And we sweep the monastery, it takes half an hour, and then we eat, it takes 1 hour. So that's 2 hours. So we have still 22 hours. We sleep 4 hours, then we still have 18 hours to practice. Who can do 18 hours of practice? Probably nobody. Yeah? Already after 3 or 4 hours, I'm so tired. I can't concentrate anymore. Huh? The minimum should be, when you're here, 10 hours of practice, yeah? Not 10 hours of sleeping, yeah? Huh? Do walking meditation, use the time that you're here in the monastery. I mean, it is a very precious place, yeah? Nothing is required of you, no? Huh? The Ajahn doesn't tell you to work this or work that, yeah? The Ajahn only tells you, to do walking meditation and sitting meditation. Except if there is something, that needs to be done. But most of the time there's nothing to be done. Yeah? And what do you do with the time? Yeah? Do you use it wisely? Yeah? Or you just look for certain occupations, to kill the time, until you can go to sleep, yeah? Or come back, and to eat, yeah? Do you use it wisely, yeah? And that's a question you should ask yourself, yeah? And ask the questions, especially for the lay people, yeah? What is the purpose of your life? Why are you here in this world, yeah? What do you want to have, at the end of your life that you can take with you? Yeah? it is up to every person's decision, if he wants to run around, in this hamster wheel, getting born and die, or if somebody, actually wants to make some effort to get out, And this is something that you should make yourself clear. Do you want to get out? But that needs a lot of strenuous effort. Strenuous effort to put into meditation. And meditation, real practice is walking Trongkoma and sitting in Samadhi. Not doing this or doing that. And that's not real practice. Real practice is really, in seeing and fighting with the kilesas of tiredness, of boredom, of restlessness, and so on. And especially pain. Because that sooner or later comes up. And then it depends, on the person, on the characteristic of each person, what kind of hindrance comes up again. Maybe doubt. Maybe this kind of practice is nothing for me. Or fear comes up. And these are all kilesas. All these hindrances are kilesas. Fear is kilesa. Boredom is kilesa. Restlessness are all the kilesas. Tiredness is kilesa. And so on. When you think about it, when you look at the stories of the Arahants at the time of the Lord Buddha, there's this famous story about, one who got tired, and then he didn't want to give in to the tiredness, so he walked into the pond, In the beginning, it was cool, but then he got tired again. Then he walked up to his knees, and then, it helped for a moment, and then he got tired again. Then he walked up to his hips, and so on, But he got tired again until, he was level with his mouth in the water, and then he didn't get tired anymore. Because the moment he got tired, he swallowed the water. So, that is the kind of effort that is needed, to get out of the hamster wheel, Other people, when you look at the disciples of Luang Pu Man, set themselves, to overcome fear of death, set themselves at the edge of a cliff, So when they get tired, they would fall off, None of them, fell off the cliff and died, They were all night long, they were completely awake, Because all people, there is the inherent, fear of death, so they don't trip over, and the practice went well. Or other people sat in the in the path of a tiger, to overcome fear. That is strenuous effort, And what do we do? What do we do? Oh, I'm tired. Let's go sleep. Maybe afterwards, our meditation is better. And we're going forth and back. We sleep long, so all the practice of the previous day, now is gone. So we have to start anew, and every day we have to start anew. We cannot, we don't build a base, a basis, for the next day, because we sleep too long, or we have conversations and things like that. So our practice doesn't really progress. So it's just for the understanding that one does need, some sort of grip, on the practice and be interested in the practice, Once we have a basis of practice, then actually we don't want anything else than practicing, Every moment, we don't have to do anything, we're practicing. We're practicing, we either with the Buddha or with the breath or do the investigation, There's no moment that we skip. We don't want to skip it, because it becomes interesting, After a while, after it is just like a marathon, I sometimes, compare it with a marathon, when we run a marathon, 10 or 20 kilometers, the first kilometer is the most difficult one. But once we get the habit in walking, it becomes easier and easier, and in the end, it's just fine. And that is the same with the practice. The beginning stages is the most difficult because we have to fight all these kilesas, of tiredness, restlessness, boredom, fear, and whatever comes up, But once we get the hang of it, it becomes easier, and it becomes our nature just to practice, But until we have not found this basis of practice, yeah, that's where it starts, to be interesting, getting interesting. Because we can, on one hand, we can rest in samadhi. On the other hand, we can do investigation. When we feel tired, we go and rest in samadhi, and then we do investigation again. Yeah? But so at the beginning, we just have to learn how to rest the mind, in samadhi, yeah, until there's no more thoughts, no more memories, and we can really recharge, yeah. And that's when we recharge very often during the day, we don't need sleep, yeah. A person who really practices, 14, 16 hours a day, he needs 2 hours of sleep, that's all. Yeah? He's not tired, yeah, because he constantly rests his mind. The body is not getting tired, except when you walk for 14 hours a day, then it's a different thing, yeah. But if you just walk for 3 or 5 or 6 hours, a day, and sit for 10 hours a day, you won't get that. The body doesn't get that tired, yeah. But that is where our practice, bears fruit. Continuous effort, and not being interested. Just like I said, we really have to be tunnel viewed, yeah. When we really want to have results, yeah. And listen carefully, we have to be tunnel viewed, and nothing else outside of our practice is going to interest us, yeah. Not this, what is this person doing? How is your practice? Yeah. All this talking, how does it help you how this person is practicing? Yeah. You know how your practice is, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah? And if you have some troubles, if you find some hindrances that you can't overcome, then talk to the Ajahn. Yeah. He has a lot of tricks up his sleeves. Yeah, he had to counter-attack. He had to attack all the kilesas, that he can imagine. Yeah, and there are some very tricky ones. Yeah. Yeah, saying, what do we have to do with the food, with your food, while I'm giving a Dhamma talk? Huh? Attention, please. Yeah, knowing what one is doing, every time. Knowing what one is doing, why one is doing it, what are the results, yeah? It's important, this sati, the development of sati is eye-opener, yeah? And once our eyes start to open up, we see all the dukkha of our life as a human being, yeah? How can we not see, yeah? You get up and you don't want to get up, you want to change, yeah? The body doesn't feel comfortable, you want to change position, yeah? Your kuti doesn't feel comfortable, you want to change this and that inside, yeah? Change the outlook, or like the monks say, that's not comfortable, let's change this or let's change that, yeah? And so on. Constantly changing, yeah? Anicca, yeah? Because we're not satisfied. When we do rest in samadhi, we are satisfied. We don't want anything. I don't think this is clear yet. Yeah? So maybe you don't know the result of samadhi. Maybe you have not been in samadhi yet, so that you don't know. There's a satisfaction. Yeah? There's a complete contentment. And at that moment, we don't wish to have anything. We don't wish to change anything. Yeah? There's no wishes left, yeah? And when we know, what is the second noble truth, the desire, yeah? Then we know when this desire stops, we are completely satisfied, 100%. There's no desire to do this or do that, or have this or have that, yeah? Or not have this or not have that, yeah? This desire is completely, for the time while we rest in samadhi, is completely gone. But if we don't know it yet, yeah? Then it is very difficult to go into samadhi, because this doubt, maybe I should do this, maybe I should change my technique, maybe I don't do my Buddha right, maybe I don't do, what is that? That is trying to control, yeah. So listen carefully, open your ears, for sometimes, because we don't want to control anything. We just want to observe, Observe how is the breath at this moment. Observe how is the Buddha. Not make it according to our imaginations of how the Buddha or how the breath should be. And that is very difficult. Because all our life, we try to take control of this or that. We try to take control of our life. We try to take control of other people's life. We try to take control, of our situation. But actually, if you really completely trust in the Lord Buddha, whatever happens to us is the result of our karma, and we can't escape our karma. Be it good karma or be it bad karma. The only thing that we can do is we can either resist the karma that makes it worse, or we can, accept the karma that makes it not makes it easier for us to bear. So what? We lived through so many things. We lived through hard times, we lived through easy times. And then we didn't die. But the kilesas always tell us, you can't bear it, it's so difficult. What is so difficult? What is so difficult are the kilesas that tell us it's so difficult. Because there's nothing difficult about observing the Buddha. Nothing. Just take one Buddha, where is the difficulty? It's the kilesas telling us, these stories. You're a good meditator, you're a bad meditator, your meditation doesn't go anywhere. Who is telling us all these stories? Have you ever asked it, who are you? What do you have to do with my life? It's my life, I'm responsible for it. You're just a bad friend, who constantly, try to convince me that something that is good is not good, and something that is bad is good. That's what the kilesas normally try to convince us of. Going against the precepts is always good, it's always fun. That's what they try to convince us of. And doing good, it's so tedious, it's so boring, it's not good. So notice, if you practice a little bit, you must have noticed, when sitting down and observing the Buddha or observing the breath, you must have seen this voice that constantly tells you what to do, what to think, and what not to do, and what not to think. Haven't you seen it? Who is this voice, and who knows that there is this voice? The voice is the kilesas, who constantly tells us, what to do, what not to do, and the one who hears that is the knowingness. But we are probably not able to separate them out and think, yes, I like to do this, it's me, it's mine. But it's not me, it's not mine, because there's somebody who sees it. There's somebody who sees there's a thought coming up. There's somebody who sees, even when our sati is good, sees the intention for thinking. Or sees the sensation coming up, sees the intention, to put a label on the sensation, and so on and so on. Our inner life working, can be so interesting that you are not really interested about anything else going outside in this world. This inner world is a world of wonders. Wherever you look, you find something new. How can you get bored? Why do you want to do all these things that are pretty much useless, especially, when you live here in a monastery? They might be useful, when you live outside in the world, Well, why do you do these things, that are not giving you any insight at all, If you observe the breath, if you observe the Buddha, and if you start then, once the mind is calm doing your investigation, you will experience so many new things that you have never known, And now you know it through experience, But before that, you might have heard of it, and you had all sorts of ideas about it, but that has nothing to do with the real experience. There's so much, in our life, in our inner workings, that we can discover. Even the breath itself, if there's nothing else, the breath itself is already amazing. I mean, why do we stop? Huh? Oh, so tired. Huh? Oh, I need some rest. Huh? I need some vacation from practice. Huh? Think about very carefully. Yeah? And try to remember, in the evening I hope, that every one of you does a daily reflection, looks, what happened this day, looks at, the thoughts that came in during the day, the memories, the conversations he had, and so on and so on. And how the reaction of the heart was towards it, or what the results of our actions were. Yeah? It's very important to understand, what is going on, who is driving us. And then also think about, what, really, I think it's an important thought, yeah? What are we going to do with the rest of our life, yeah? Dilly-dallying around, yeah? Doing this, doing that, working for money, and what do we take with us, yeah? When the body dies, and we need a new car, or we need a new body, huh? What are we going to do? What do we have? Do we have some merit in store that we can use, or do we have lots of demerit, yeah? That we need to pay for? Yeah? That's what you should reflect upon. Yeah? And always, and that hopefully gives you some motivation, to practice a little bit longer and to put a little bit more effort in it. Yeah? Not always nodding off or doing this and doing that. Yeah? Okay? It's enough for today. Yeah? You have any questions? Yeah?
Listening to one Dhammatalk, and there was one part where you said when the breath disappears, that's when there's this knowing that it comes up.
Yes.
And, fact,
not when the breath disappears.
Like you said the sati would go to the heart actually.
Yes.
So
when the feeling at the tip of the nose of the breath coming in and coming out, is so subtle that we can't feel it anymore, then actually the knowingness of the breath should increase and it become much stronger than the feeling itself. That's where it falls down. But we like to control it, so that we try to control it down and go down to the heart, and that's where nothing works. Just observe the breath, just know the breath at any time, is it coming in, is it, it is at its height, is it slowly descending, and be really interested about it, and then it automatically happens, You don't have to do anything, The only time where you really have to do something is when the breath stops, because that's when fear comes, mostly fear comes up, Then you have to jump to the knowingness, When the breath stops, and the breath stops, and in the first reaction, I'm going to die, Actually, we are not going to die, So, then, at that moment, we have to jump to the knowingness. But before, everything goes automatically, just observe what is going on, And that is the most difficult thing for us, We don't like to observe. That's why I say, if you don't know what it is, to observe. Observe all these animals here in the monastery, or observe the ants, or observe the birds, because these things you can't control. And then you learn how to observe. And this kind of observance you need for your breath. Understand every movement when you look at a bird, understand every movement of the bird that he's doing, be completely concentrated on it, And then use this kind of observing technique, to observe your breath or to observe the Buddha. Okay?
So then is this the knowing, is that sati?
What?
The knowing, is that called sati?
The knowingness, yes, that is sati.
Then the concentration, since there's no more breath, then what's the concentration on?
The concentration is still at the tip of the nose until it all falls together into one point. And it also, you don't do it, it will happen naturally. Yeah? And if you have interest, you don't even see that point, you just see, when the mind, really concentrates into one point, yeah, you just follow it, yeah, just go with the flow, yeah. Then you don't have to overcome any fear, just whoops, and you go on. 1, 2, 3, and you're gone, yeah, you're in another world, yeah. No, actually you're not in another world, you're outside of the universe. Yeah? Don't think so much. Huh? That is the problem. We try to analyze what is happening. Yeah? And that is where all the problems start. Just do it. Do it. Do it. Observe, observe, observe. Yeah? Okay? More questions? Yeah?
บางครั้งอะค่ะเวลาปฏิบัติอะค่ะส่วนมากจะเป็นเวลาเดินค่ะพอเดินไปสักพักมันจะก็คือดูพุทโธใช่ไหมคะแต่ว่าพอมันเหมือนมันดูเข้าไปข้างในบอกไม่ถูกแล้วมันก็จะหยุดเหมือนว่าไม่อยากเดินไม่อยากอะไรเงี้ยค่ะก็จะยืนหลับตาแล้วก็ดูพุทโธนะคะสักพักแล้วมันจะแบบเหมือนมันจะเหมือนมันเป็นมันมีข้างในข้างนอกค่ะอาจารย์ใช่ก็มีข้างในข้างนอกใช่ก็แบบก็คือตอนนั้นบางทีพุทโธมันก็จะไม่ได้มีจะมีลมหายใจยังมีลมหายใจอยู่นะคะเพราะว่ามันเหมือนเราดูอยู่ข้างในอีกทีนึงค่ะใช่เดี๋ยวจะทำอะไรจะหยุดเดินเหรอมันจะส่วนมากจะหยุดมันจะไม่อยากเดินแล้วอะค่ะคือมันจะก้าวมันก็จะหยุดก็เข้ามาข้างในบางที่ก็อาจจะเป็นกิเลสก็ได้นะบางที่ก็อาจจะเป็นธรรมก็ได้อยากยืนอยู่เมื่อยืนอยู่1 ชั่วโมงก็ไม่เป็นไรค่ะยืนแล้วก็มันอยู่ข้างในเมื่ออยู่ภายในแล้วข้างในเมื่ออยู่ข้างในก็ไม่เป็นไรนะอยู่กับพุทโธก็อยู่กับลมหายใจเมื่อพุทโธก็หายไปก็อยู่กับลมหายใจนะก็ไม่เป็นไรใช้พุทโธก็ลมหายใจก็ได้นะ
When we do walking meditation, is it halfway? I felt strange. It's like the flow is getting further. Is that? What is happening? I mean, I mean,
there are so many things, that you think, you suddenly you become aware of that have been all the time there, Don't get interested in any of these things, only be interested. Is the Buddha still there, or is the breath still there? Or are both still there? And then just walk on, yeah? It's the same thing when we sit, suddenly these sensations, come, and, suddenly the audio becomes so obnoxious, so loud, It's not that the sense of hearing becomes so loud. It is because we put our focus concentration on the sound, and then of course it becomes loud. Yeah? So don't worry about all these things. You just worry if you're with the Buddha or not with the Buddha, if you're with the breath or not with the breath. All the other things don't interest us. Tunnel view, yeah? There are a lot of things. There are so many things, just like this universe has to offer, that you can experience, and it has nothing to do with our practice. Okay? นะมีคำถามไหมอาจารย์ Yeah?
So when we do a walking meditation,
yeah?
So our concentration is on our footsteps.
No, it's just on the Buddha or on the breath. I showed you walking meditation when I was in Singapore. Huh? Yeah?
I wasn't there.
You weren't there.
I missed it.
You were missing this part. No, it's not on our steps. Don't try to combine it because that is, let the Buddha run at its normal pace, yeah? And sometimes you will notice you will run, in the beginning you will walk very fast, yeah? And the faster you walk, the easier it is to concentrate the mind, yeah? The slower you walk, the more, you're in your daydreams, yeah? You're not actually with the Buddha. Walk fast, turn around and set this one path, I'm with my Buddha. Then you turn around again, and then you check, have I been with my Buddha? No. And the answer will be no for years, yeah? And then, okay, just this one path, I will be with my Buddha. Because you will never make it, you hardly make it one path, where you constantly are on the Buddha, yeah, or on the breath. Yeah?
What's different if I concentrate on a footstep rather than breathing? Because
a footstep is a movement. And that's what, it constantly moves, and your eyes look on the feet, and then they see certain other things, you pull in more sensations and that is distracting. Yeah? It's just like, people, watch the abdomen, yeah? That is falling and rising of the abdomen. Yeah, for some people, in the beginning it might be easier to concentrate it because there is something moving, yeah? But it doesn't lead to one-pointedness, yeah? One-pointedness is one point, yeah? And this point should not move, yeah? Because if it moves, it changes, yeah? That's why we also should not follow the breath, yeah? Some people say, follow the breath, and then it goes out and then it comes in, That's not what we do. We want to have we want to reach one-pointedness of Samadhi, and that is, where we put our concentration on a fixed point, yeah? When for the breath it's the tip of the nose, and, yeah? I saying wake up, and for the Buddha it is the point is Buddha, yeah? Is the Buddha there or not? Yeah? So don't try to mix it up, yeah? With the footsteps, because you get confused, And don't walk too slowly. You fall asleep. Huh? Yeah?
When internal walking, if we become in Samadhi,
Yeah.
we going to keep the same speed, or naturally we have to walk in Samadhi?
We are not interested about the speed, we are interested about the Buddha or the breath. Yeah? And you will realize in the beginning, if you are not concentrated, the speed is fast. Yeah? But the more you get concentrated, the speed will get slower. But it will never get too slow. Yeah? And what happens actually, it's just a very interesting experience when you do walking meditation and you enter Samadhi or Upachara Samadhi. Yeah? It is like you see somebody walking up and down, yeah, and you sit there and just observe, walking up and down, yeah.
You don't fall down?
What?
You gonna fall down?
No. How can you fall down? That is a very interesting experience, yeah. Walking meditation, going into Samadhi, yeah. Because then the walking, just does it on its own, yeah. But you probably have to walk for 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 hours, before that happens, yeah. Not only half an hour, yeah, or an hour. That's not going, yeah. The first hour is, constantly, getting rid, of the tiredness or getting rid of the boredom, yeah. And the second hour is getting rid, of the restlessness, and so on. In the third hour, we actually, start, gathering our concentration. Yeah? Okay? More questions?
So
Yeah?
what does that mean that with any activity, even sweeping and all that, we just focus on that same meditation, that we don't change to our hands?
No. That's the best thing, yeah. You are with the Buddha sweeping putto, yeah. But then, and then you see, the thoughts coming in, because you look around, why is he not sweeping, or where is he, why is this stupid leaf not moving, and so on. You see these things coming up, and you're not with the Buddha, yeah. That's what you notice, yeah.
I realize it's very hard on the breath.
Yeah, on the breath, it's not really hard, it's different. Yeah?
So then, since I'm only using the breath, then
Yeah.
should I switch to Buddha when I'm...
No, you stay with the breath. Why not? Yeah? But if it's difficult, then switch to the Buddha. Yeah? Actually, the Buddha is for most people who have the tendency to think a lot, yeah? It is much easier to get into Samadhi than the breath, yeah? And this is my experience, my personal experience. Yeah? I mean, it took me so long time. It took me nearly 2 years, to get, because nobody was teaching me Buddha at that time. Yeah, I had to use the breath, and it constantly, constantly went out. The mind, the chitta constantly went out. Yeah, it was very difficult. Yeah, so with the Buddha, you instantly know if the Buddha is there or not. Yeah. With the breath, when it becomes a little bit subtle, you don't know if it's still there or not, yeah? If your sati is not good, yeah? So the Buddha is really helpful, and lots of people will have difficulties with the Buddha because the mind cannot go into its subconsciousness and start dreaming there, yeah? While we think, the breath is still there. With the Buddha, we instantly know it, yeah? Either you're with the Buddha or you're with something else, yeah?
Because when I tried using the Buddha, but I was somehow eventually combining it with the breath, because the breath is...
That's okay.
So,
it's okay.
it's okay.
Well, but once you get concentrated, one or the other will fall away, yeah? So, I mean, when you started with the breath, the breath will remain, yeah? And the Buddha will fall away, yeah? No, it's fine, yeah? I mean, use two crutches in the beginning to learn to walk, yeah? And then once you can walk a little bit, you need only one crutch, yeah? Until you don't need any more.
So it becomes something like when I breathe Buddha, then when I'm not breathing, I'll be one Buddha, then I'll breathe again Buddha. So it's like a cycle.
Yeah, but that is because you're bored, yeah? You don't see the boredom coming up, who wants to change all the technique, yeah? I mean, with breathing in and with breathing out, that is the technique, yeah, and yeah, don't change the technique, yeah.
When combined, you can combine Buddha with the breath, you can...
Yeah, you can still, yeah. You can still be at the tip of the nose, yeah. When you add the Buddha to the breath, yeah. Or you can be with the Buddha alone, yeah. I mean, that depends. But most of the time when I do both, I mean, I'm focusing on the tip of the nose. Yeah.
Question. So when do we? Sometimes the Buddha is really fast.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's slower.
Yeah. Just let it run its natural course, but we can't let it. Yeah. We need to change it.
It feels like I'm making it faster when I'm drifting off the path, so I made it faster.
Yeah, you can, in the beginning, you do it, when you see that you're drifting off or something is obnoxious and doesn't want to go away, you just say it very fast, and then once the concentration takes up again, it becomes slower. Don't change it too much, don't try to control it too much, yeah? Because then the people say, yeah, and they fall asleep, yeah? That's also not the way, yeah? Majjhima, the middle path, yeah? It's the same with walking. Don't go too slowly, don't repeat it too slowly, yeah?
So Paul, if I Buddha, then at beginning stage was very calm, Buddha all the time. Then there's a distraction of bright lights. And then
What kind of distraction?
Distraction of bright lights.
Yeah.
Quite bright lights.
Yeah.
And then I keep on Buddha, and then the lights become greater, brighter, brighter and brighter. So I just pull back to the chitta.
Yeah, pull it to the chitta.
But it still appeared, then what should I do?
Yeah, then it's not constant. You have to wait until the bright light is constant. And then pull it to the chitta. Yeah? Because if it is flashing, that means your concentration is flashing, going in, going out, yeah? So it's not yet really stable. Yeah? And with the light, we are not really interested, yeah? Because if you look for the light, we see the light, then that's not the way. If the light appears, just like with pain, remember it, yeah? When the pain becomes so distractive that we cannot keep on the breath or on the Buddha, then we go and investigate the pain. Yeah? When the light is distracting us, yeah? As long as it's not distracting us, yeah? Of course, the more we do, the more we're interested in the Buddha, the stronger the light becomes. Yeah, the light it's just a sign of concentration, but it has to be stable. Yeah, and only if it is distracting, then we pull it in. Yeah, if it's not distracting, what's the need of pulling it in? Yeah? Don't try to control so much. Yeah, just let things happen. And see what is happening. And sometimes, in order to become a little bit wiser, yeah, to gather some wisdom, we have to experiment, yeah. What is happening when I don't take care of the light, yeah? When I just disregard it, how is my meditation going? Now, when I try to pull it in, how is my meditation going? You have to become wiser, you have to experiment, trial and error, yeah? Just like a child learns to walk, trial and error, yeah? That's practice, yeah? There is no single solution for all people, yeah? Hmm? Yeah?
When I do body investigation,
Yeah?
after a while I can have like very strong contractions of the
Yeah?
eye,
Yeah?
and I contract, and maybe few seconds after, it's as if I see the object, the art,
Yeah?
closer.
Yeah?
And it can happen like 2 times.
That's good. It's a good sign. Yeah?
But it's physically like very.
Yes, that is, you try to control it too much, just let it, yeah? Yeah? The moment you see it, relax the physical eyes, and see with your inner eyes. Yeah? In the beginning, we want to see actually with our physical eyes, but they don't see anything. Yeah? It's our inner eyes, and they are not in the same location. Yeah?
Ajahn, the other day I told you that I was observing the body.
Yeah?
First scanning, and
Yeah.
after seeing like the whole body,
Yeah?
observing that.
Yeah?
I was doing in the sense of vipassana.
Yes, but you should, yeah?
Not in the sense of reading the whole body like Anapanasati, I think we call it.
There's only one investigation, investigation of the body, who takes the whole body, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You're not talking about the breath body, or?
No. Like you.
The physical body.
Like trying to bring the awareness
Yeah?
in the observing the body.
Yeah?
And after that, maybe go after a long time, you can move to.
You really have to set it up. Now I'm just doing samadhi and I'm only interested in the breath or the Buddha, yeah?
Yeah.
And then, when you say, okay, 1 hour or 2 hours, after that, then you can say, okay, 1 hour of investigation, and then you can take the body, But if it suddenly appears, outside in your samadhi, yeah, that's a distraction. Don't worry about it, worry about the breath or worry about the Buddha, yeah? Don't take this object, because otherwise you mix it together and you don't really get good results, yeah? We have to separate samadhi, and panya is panya, wisdom is wisdom. Yeah?
I can do panya, right?
Yes, you can do panya if you see it, if it is okay.
Like for
Yeah.
1 hour like this, and
Yes.
I change to breathing.
Yeah, if your samadhi is good enough, so if you don't feel distracted, if the mind doesn't go out, for 10 minutes, then of course, after an hour doing samadhi, then you can go into panya. But don't do it too much. Do it for an hour a day in the beginning, until, yeah. And don't forget the samadhi, because with the samadhi is actually the light, that shines on the body and tells you, and it gives you a very exact view of the body, yeah. So if that light becomes dim, then it becomes only imagination, and that doesn't cut anything. It's like a blunt knife that doesn't cut anything, you want to cut, but it doesn't cut anything, yeah. So samadhi is the sharpening of the knife, and the knife is then cutting up the body or looking at the body, yeah, and investigating. Wish. You had one more question?
I wanted to ask about similar nimittas of bodies.
Yeah.
while I was doing Samadhi.
Yeah, while you're doing Samadhi, no. After that, after you're doing Samadhi and you can remember these nimittas, then use them, for looking at them. Yeah.
Okay. What about nimittas of Peta?
What?
Peta, like ghosts.
Like ghost.
Yeah, sometimes it comes out in my meditation.
A ghost, yeah.
Yeah. So I will.
And you're afraid.
No, not afraid anymore, but it's just distracting and.
Yeah, then go. If it is distracting, and you can go back to the Buddha. That's fine. Then just leave it. If it is too distracting, say, may you be happy. May you be free from suffering, and then go back. Yeah? Okay. So, and